thing. It sounds like we're in better shape than what we might have thought a couple days ago. I still think he's probably going to go to Texas. But DeAndre Moore will make this it will take it from a great day to a really great day.
Where's Arch Manning going?
He signed with Texas already. Yeah. Do you know what the behind the scenes chatter was, right?
I'm listening.
Was that there was going to be a surprise Colorado flip from Arch Manning.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. That was the fear.
No,
that was the last minute
such
fear.
A lie. That's such a lie.
No, but that was what was.
There's no way. Like, you got Shedeur Sanders out there. Like, that's not even a conversation.
I know.
He literally came in and introduced his son as the starting quarterback in the opening press conference.
Yeah, until you get Arch Manning. Then you're like, starting wide receiver.
No. Listen, somewhere, look, if there was any other coach except for Deion Sanders.
I'm Arch Manning, starting quarterback.
Deion Sanders would not mention something.
Well, but Arch Manning, he's going to have to come in. Win the job at Texas.
Do you think he's overrated? Because I know how you feel about the
Yes.
You do?
Oh, extremely. I would bet. No. I love Deion. No, Arch Manning. Yeah, no. I love Deion.
Wait a minute.
Don't you will not curse Cowboy great
What a surprise.
Deion Sanders on this show.
Sweeney said Deion Sanders is overrated?
Of course he doesn't like Deion.
Of course he doesn't.
Golly.
The least surprising thing of the
Deion. No, Deion is a saint in the rummage house. All right? Yeah, Saint Deion. I bought my first black Cowboys jersey. It was like the alternate throwback, or not a throwback, but it was like an alternate, and it was a Deion Sanders jersey. And I wore that thing until you know how like the numbers. Like you're like, whose number is that?
The appeal.
Yeah. Because it was the screen printed. It was awesome. I loved Deion back as a kid. I would go outside and I would act like I was returning kicks. I never had a chance to return kicks. One game, Trimble County, my senior year, I played on the second line.
So
for some reason, they kept squibbing them to me. I had 3 kick returns that game. And dude, and you go back and watch the film.
You didn't just dive and fall on the ball like
they sucked, so we killed them, right? So my coach after the game, he goes, one day I was walking past the next week, I was walking, he goes, Rummage, can I check with him? And I'm like, okay, it's recruiting time, so you're recruiting. I'm like, yeah. He goes, sit down here with me real quick. I was like, yeah. He goes, me and the staff. He said we watched film. He's like, and I'm gonna be honest with you. He said, now remember, I'm all-state tight end. Like, I'm feeling good. I'm getting recruited right now. He goes, we've never laughed so hard. Willie Foster, principal over at Mail. He's like, then we did watching, rewatching you return these kicks. He's like, son, what spirit possessed you? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I don't even realize it. I go back and look at this film, Marcus. I went horizontal. I don't know if I gained a yard, but I ran 100 yards. I turned into Dante Hall. Like, it was like, and you go back and watch the film, and I'm like, oh my God. I had to laugh. I was like, oh God.
Wait a minute.
Okay. Did I do that really?
So you just
I just turned. I caught a kick, and I was like,
brain,
oh yeah.
You were like,
in my brain, I did what I do. You catch a kick, and you just go get some yards. Apparently, I blacked out because when I watched the film, dude, I caught the kick, took off one way, ran back the other way, and gained like 4 yards. It was like, what was I doing? Yeah, I know. They're like, this idiot.
He's gonna fumble. Yeah,
and they sucked. They sucked. We beat them like 73-0. It was terrible.
If I had known that you were that big of a Deion Sanders fan, I would have known that's where your extra, what do you call it?
Yeah. Oh, I'm a huge fan. Growing up, Deion was my guy. I wrote a report on Deion.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All your, what do you call it? Accessories. Mm-hmm. You're Mr. Accessories because of Deion Sanders.
Listen, I wrote an entire report. You want to know what I wrote an entire report on?
I'm listening.
If you look good, you feel good.
Oh, God.
If you feel good, you play good. If you play good, they pay good. I wrote an entire report on that quote. Like, I was super Deion guy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, Deion was my guy.
You know what my best presentation was on?
What's that?
The high post offense.
I run that right now. I just miss offense. Yeah, I run flex right now.
You know, I miss dunks more than anything in the world.
What is it though?
Do you even know what it anymore?
I remember back when he used to dunk the ball a long time ago.
I got the most depressing stat sent to me last night, Steve. By Kelly Dickey.
Oh God. What was it?
Kelly Dickey said, you had 39 dunks your junior year. You had 16 your senior.
Yeah.
He said Louisville was on pace to have the worst dunk total since 2000, 2001.
That's
unbelievable.
I mean, that makes sense.
But Joseph Nsima didn't punch enough?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, we had Luke Whitehead on that team.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, I'm saying it's not y'all. I'm saying it makes sense. I'm shocked that it was that team. Like, it makes sense that it's been that long.
We used to just take advantage, though, and wait.
Instead of a dunk, though, let me tell you about this new revolutionary thing my team has come up with. Instead of a dunk, you catch it under the rim wide open and you flip it over your head. And then you see if it goes in.
And even if it does go in, you sit on the floor, you beg the ref for the and one. Meanwhile, ball's going the other way.
Yeah.
And it's a 5-on-4
Mm-hmm.
that ends in a 3-pointer.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, just I couldn't really get over the flip over the head. So I give you credit for knowing. I had no idea what happened next. I didn't care what happened next.
You think
I didn't care if we blocked it off the backboard, come back down and laid it up. I was still like, did you just flip that ball over your head, son? You're 6'9". There's okay. Last night, I lost. Okay. I was the guy on anger management. We've had this, I don't know why, but unfortunately, this scene has been applicable many times this year. The guy who's like, Iverson, look, hey, Iverson just missed it. Game winner.
Trying to be relaxed.
Yeah, no big deal, right? Not mad, and then he freaks out. He freaks out.
I'm worried that I didn't freak out.
I cut Brandon and Jalen last night. And in my mind, they're not on the team. I won't acknowledge them anymore. If they score, I'm going to say good play. I'm going to now treat them as though they are on March Madness 2004. And they're just power forward 5 and small forward. Yeah, I know. And small forward 24. I'm just done. I'm done, dude. That was a great game. I'm done. Like I can't do it anymore. I can't do it with them. I just can't. I went over the edge last night, and it was the final. It was the final straw for me. As a matter of fact, semester's about over.
I asked you a question.
And if y'all want to leave, this will be a good time. I cannot explain to you how serious I am when I say this.
I looked at the stat sheet, right? Okay, I'm not as harsh as you, right? Mm-hmm. And I would tell them, if they're listening, or if their mothers or fathers are listening, turn off the radio. Because you don't want to hear this. Because this is like, what I'm going to say is, it could be spirit crushing, right? But this has to be said.
Okay.
I looked at Brandon Huntley's stat line, right? And if you're on a basketball court for 25 minutes,
I don't know his stat line, so I'm listening.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is for BHH. If you're on a basketball court for 25 minutes not in a tightly structured offense either. A very freedom of movement offense,
To
right?
say the least.
If you're on a court for 25 minutes and you're the tallest person, you're taller than anybody on that court. Supposedly, you're the highest recruit, the highest ranked recruit in the building. Well, not in the building.
Yeah, but that's playing. That can play.
I don't know.
He probably is.
You
Brandon's
might
a
be
top
the-
10 kid.
You might be literally the highest recruit
Yeah.
in the entire building.
Yeah, he's a top 10 kid.
No,
Too.
Danny Manning had to be good.
Yeah, he was probably number one.
Yeah.
Fair. But you're close.
Yeah, okay.
See what? You were 4 spots behind Danny Manning? If Danny Manning was number 1 in the country coming out of high school?
If I put you on
Shout out Caleb Glenn was there last night. Shout out.
thank you, Caleb. If you're
And
on
he
a
won't
court
flip it over his head.
for 25 minutes and you have
Hang on a minute. Give me a second. Because I'm on this microphone and I'm already now done popped the seal. And I'm really aggravated with this team, with these players. And you're about to give me a stat line. Okay. So I just need a second. Let me take a drink of my ice caramel macchiato.
I'll do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna say this, and like I said, this is coming from the pit of my stomach.
It's good.
Okay.
It's good. Fiji water. Did you buy that fresh or did you fill that up? Because fill up Fiji water got pisses me off pretty bad. Yeah. Is that tap water in a Fiji bottle?
No.
Okay. That guy makes me really angry. I'm on one. You know, as a matter of fact.
You just get
yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I look at these stat lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I get that, listen, and I just do this, I skip past everybody and go straight to Brandon Hatfield. That's the first one I want to know. He's about the 5th or 6th person down on the list.
Because remember, I spent 2 months telling people he'd be the best player on the team. So I don't feel bad about anything I say here.
4 points, 4 rebounds, 3 defensive, 1 offensive in 25 minutes of game action. 1 for 6 from the floor and 2 of 2 from the free throw line.
How many threes did he take? Tell me all those were threes. He just jacked up a bunch of threes and missed shots.
1 for 6 in 25 minutes. The reason I tell you 3 defensive rebounds and 1 offensive is because when you're a center, Steve, I don't know if you've ever played in the paint.
Not really.
But if you have,
I have.
you get 4 rebounds by default settings. You get 3 defensive rebounds by just being the post player. Is that, do you know how many shots are missed? Yes. Steve, do you know how many shots are missed on both ends of the floor in a 25-minute span?
Yeah, I do. But let me do this. Let me do this. People know, and let me preface this, okay? I still am not done with, I'm not at all with Kenny Payne. I think he can be the guy. I think he can get it done. I think I'm going to judge him over this summer.
Can I interject something as well?
Please.
Let me just this is the disclaimer.
Okay.
I know that I've seen it. I know that every single thing that goes on in a basketball program, from kids getting in trouble to grades to weight to everything and on the court, everything that's part of a basketball program, you can blame the coach for it.
Sure.
Okay. So that's like the disclaimer. If I'm just set on blaming every single thing on the coach, I can.
Yeah, sure.
So that's not a debate. That's not a debate.
No.
I'm with you. Yeah, I want everybody to know that. Yes, we know that everything we talk about today. If you feel like saying oh, if he gets on court with his shoe untied, that's the coach's fault. Yes. I mean, technically, yes.
Yeah.
Andre, yes. It's all falls under the coach's umbrella.
Yeah.
Now,
with that being said, though, I don't understand. And last night I was screaming. I was literally I was screaming at Kenny Payne, like in his face, like the camera. Because I was at home last night, and the camera was moving, and he was staying here, and I was screaming, and I moved with the camera, to stay in Kenny Payne's
one
face.
of those. What is it? Virtual reality where you hit the wall?
Yes, it was. There was a moment in the first half. Jalen Withers 3 times, 3 straight possessions. Twice he gets beat backdoor. The other one he gives up a bucket. I'm screaming, Coach. On the first one, I was like, he just got smoked backdoor.
Mm-hmm.
Get him out.
Mm-hmm.
Just set him on the bench. Then I'm watching the game. When Brandon's in the game, the plus minus is just horrific.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what it is, it's like, oh, we found ourselves down 10-12, Then I go, at the end of the game, this is the one, oh, gotcha. All right. No, no, that's us. Then, here's the thing. We cut the game to 5 or 4, and I'll be dang if those 2 don't run up to the scores table. And I'm like, Coach, not now.
And keep going.
Not now. And what happens? They come in the game. What do we do? I mean, it goes from 5 to 10 like that. It's like game's over.
Take it a step further. Jack, I'm sure you got the clip where Coach talks about Jalen Withers and him being disappointed.
Oh, okay. Okay. But I knew. See, and I hadn't even looked at that yet. But I knew Brandon Huntley Hatfield was the lowest. That had to be the lowest on the team, right? Okay. I knew he was the lowest on the team, and I hadn't even looked at that stat because my eyeball said, when you're in the game, we end up down 10-9. When you're not in the game, we make runs.
Jack, I was just teasing you about the sound. That's totally unnecessary. He said,
why didn't you have it cut in the Dropbox?
Why wasn't it all cut in already? So, Steve, I listen. You know what I listen to Kenny Payne say?
I'm listening.
It's honest. He said, we spent the last 3 days going through this backdoor cut with Jalen and the whole team.
Yeah.
We went through day after day after day. Saying, and this is what he said. He said, if anybody cuts backdoor, they got to run to your chest. He said, we're not denying the ball. So people just, I hope this makes sense. We're not denying the ball.
Yeah.
So we should never be above our player, which means you're in a position to push everybody out to the 3-pointer.
Yeah.
So people should know you are making a conscious decision to give up a 3-pointer quicker than a backdoor.
Well, I thought Bob said it great too. Bob was talking to him, and sorry, I know people. Phone lines. We will get to you. We may even have to break and then come back and roll through the phone lines. Please hang on there with us. Bob did a great job with Kenny Payne yesterday too. He was talking, and he's like, Coach, I know you don't really jump passing lanes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your style.
Yeah.
But he's like, nobody pressures the ball.
Yeah.
And in a game in a system where you don't even jump passing lanes, how did you get beat backdoor so many times?
Yeah.
I can deal with Kamari Lands one time. He went over the screen. He was right on the dude's hip, but he got beat. Dude got the ball scored.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay.
And listen, just so people know, exact same coach, continuity, same system. This team gave Jordan Warren and Stephen Enoch and all those guys 4 years, gave them hell the same kind of way.
Yeah.
So having Jordan Warren was the difference maker.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm safely saying there's not a Jordan Warren on this team.
But here's the thing. Kenny Payne says it. He says, we go through this backdoor cut all week. And he said, basically, I'm in particularly disappointed in Jalen Withers. He said he's been in college 3-4 or 2-3 years.
Yeah.
He said, and we're not even denying the passing lanes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, why? What are you doing?
Yeah.
And like I said, you could tell I don't want to say felt bad about calling him out, but knew it had to be said. And the two names he said was Brandon and Jalen Withers.
Can I get? Yeah.
72-68.
Yeah.
That team had Jordan, Dwayne, Enoch, Malik Williams, Chrissy Cunningham, Ryan McMahon.
But to your point, we're not
Perry.
upset that you played a tough game with Lipscomb.
You're right.
Yeah, nobody's upset you played a tough game with Lipscomb. Like, we're okay with that. We understand. We understand the program they run. We understand the type of team they are.
It was 72-68 was the final score.
Yeah. They were that team. That Lipscomb team was legit. They won that Lipscomb team won the NIT. I think they went to the NIT championship, or was that the next year? That group of kids either won the NIT or went to the NIT.
It felt like they're still here.
Yeah. They were good.
It feels like they're still there.
Well, because they are.
Yeah. In spirit.
It never changed. Real quick, and then here's what we'll do to keep Jack on. We'll go. Let me give a transfer. We got a transfer update in the portal. Let me give this. Jaden Thompson from Cincinnati wide receiver. Jaden Thompson. He's like, yeah, I'm out of here.
We got a portal.
Yeah. Cincinnati wide receiver Jaden Thompson signs with Louisville. A few updates also as well. Aaron Williams posting some smiley faces, some 247 guys saying the DeAndre Moore thing might be looking a little better for Louisville. So we'll see.
Do you want to try to take?
I mean, it's already 38. I figured we could keep Jack on schedule and then.
Quick commercial break, 939 the bill.
And then we'll come straight back with them.
Oh, wow.
Straight back with them.
Yeah.
It's the same thing I said. Like my issues with Ellis, like you go full speed any other time.
I know.
Like sounded the head, but when we're down 5 with 1 minute to go, you're walking the ball.
I know. They just.
You're walking the ball.
I saw the thing you were talking about with him screaming at him. You got to go.
Yeah. That's what.
The whole crowd started going, go! Like it's a smart fan base. And you know what L did? Dumped it into JJ. JJ turned and shouted. But I'm JJ. What's JJ gonna do? I mean, yeah, he did. Just give me the ball with 5 seconds. Turn and shoot it.
Yeah, he did exactly.
I was just like, oh my god, like my dad called me and was like, am I tripping? What is he doing? Like, what is he?
Talking about the late play with Ellis.
Yeah, like you go full speed any other time. You don't back it out any other time and slow up and set the offense. But you walking up the floor when we're down 5 with 1 minute to go.
I mean, of course, people are just gonna say they're gonna say he was tired. Let me stop by you. Yeah, I know they're gonna say he's tired. Something. Straight back is the bathroom in case I have to go. Okay. Over on the other side though, not this side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get his signature. That would be nice, especially.
10 12. 10 12.
You might be waiting to see
Yes, on the week.
Sure, that's not gonna happen.
really?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take care.
I'm just thinking,
Probably listen to my show.
Kathy, if you get signed, do like a 40% win, you know, like, okay, he's the guy that involved. He signs and when they get, like I said, apparently they get that Callaway kid from Tennessee. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Wow.
upon
I like the work that turned a
upon
lot.
the third level
You
position.
need more of that.
I want my steady for not holding pick up one thing.
Yeah. I mean, to me,
Which is so especially long stage, just long.
We'll call her after.
Such a chill. All that.
You really want conversation better than you go.
Yeah.
You look at that stuff.
Because you got to think, Bluebees, you never get on enough Bluebees to say that. And,
But I'm staying for that.
I'm gonna check my email.
okay. All right. I like this deal. Good, man.
Back to 30 margin.
Cole. Squeeze right one more time. Oh,
Who's gonna play the NBA team?
oh,
I already got one. Be honest.
what is it?
The NBA team?
Man, you know what? I follow more in the NBA. I do more player centric.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like for me, I always back. I always try to back like LeBron and some of them. So
Right.
like, yeah. So I'm pulling for the I'm pulling for this Westbrook LeBron
Mm-hmm. Appreciate the call. Listen, there's not going to be a happy medium between whose fault it is. So, because listen, if you blame the kids, I can blame the coach. You blame the coach, I can blame the kids. Mm-hmm. Like that's how this conversation is going to go. Because, like I said, it's and we started with Brandon. Mm-hmm. We started with Brandon because it's impossible. It's impossible to have expectations like we had and see that. It's impossible for you to see him with these, he gets his back to the basket, and just miss over and over again. Yeah, it's easy, 2-foot shots over and over again. Yeah, and our frustration, our only result is to bench him. And you get mad and you still say,
yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Yeah, like you're only like, your get better versus bench him is super thin at this point. I mean, the fan always we could have benched him, the first bad game. Sure. Just out of fan versus a coach, trying to develop a team or develop a player. The juggle of the confidence and the body language and all that stuff. But it's like still 4 rebounds. I know. 4 rebounds. How can I look? How can I look those other guys in the face when you do 25 minutes, 4 rebounds? Yeah. Like when Rose comes back, how do I keep him on the bench? No, I don't disagree with that. Yeah, that's pretty terrible. And Jalen Withers. So we're talking, he's a redshirt junior. Who? Jalen Withers. Yeah. He's been on a campus for 4 years. Mm-hmm. Probably time to go to another campus. You're really mad at Jalen.
Yeah, both of them. Like I feel like you lost the game when they were in the game. You just stood there like your feet were in concrete.
Jack, how many pieces of sound have you marked today?
And went back door. It's fair. As you should. As you should.
I can't go nowhere.
But listen, somebody on the text line said, can we raise some NIL money to keep Jack, but keep him on this show?
Right.
That's what they said. That's what it said. It really did. It really did. They were like, listen. Yeah.
Who do we have?
By the way, Devin Neal from Baylor is official. His came in. Sorry, I'm signing day. It's just my, it's my
you didn't
aphrodisiac.
And here's the problem. Problem. I want to go watch football film now.
Oh yeah. No,
I just cancel to go watch.
I cut your DFH read. I was just like, all right, I'm done with DFH. Like, I need to tell you about the Cincinnati guy.
Lawrence, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away, my man.
What up, man? Okay.
Mm.
That might be.
Lawrence,
That might be true.
I appreciate the call.
But practice, we're starting to get a bird's eye view of practice, and it seems as though we've went to a practice. Drew talked about it this morning. He was able to go to a pre-shoot around, and it's starting. I wish everybody could go and could just watch Kenny Payne tell somebody. Like, there was a point in one of the practices here recently. I think Drew talked about it on the air. If he didn't, I'm sorry, I'm telling the story. But he was like, yeah, come up and set a screen on the left. And the guy come up and set a screen. I won't say who it was.
Mm.
Yeah. And he was like, and Kenny was like, I set on the left. He goes, I did. I went to his, or he goes, I went to my left or whatever. And he was like, his left. Like, and it was like, he said, Kenny Payne just looked at the guy like, are you serious?
I know.
What? You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
Hey, I almost said his name. Hey, player, if you go set a screen on the left, he's going right. I want him to go left.
Don't you know that? Don't you know that, son?
Come on. He said Kenny just looks so like, oh, Jesus God.
But here's the thing. That's what I feel like when I see my player with the basketball on the block. It's just like, my job as a coach is almost over. If I can get my player the basketball on the block, my job as a coach is over. Now it's up to you to be a player.
Can I do a random signing day stat?
Yes.
Just right in the middle of the show, just to interrupt. The running back we got, Brown from Atlanta, he had, okay, now I want you to remember this. His freshman year, he had 432 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Mhm.
He ended his career the last 3 years, 7,476 yards and 84 touchdowns playing in South Georgia.
Yeah, but to be fair, the competition is not that stiff.
Hey, he's probably was in the weakest division, right?
We got a Doc. Thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I appreciate
I don't
it,
know if
Doc.
we're allowed to say that.
No, I
Let
appreciate
me,
it,
let me
Doc.
say this.
Yeah.
Let me say this. Thank God, that I have enough basketball eyeball and IQ, and I watched Coach Mack, and I complained about the same thing last year. Because if I was seeing this coach and seeing this for the first time, I'd be ready to go in there and turn over the coach, all the coaches' tables. If I hadn't seen this before, if I hadn't seen the same behaviors before.
Yeah. No, I know.
I hope you got a lot more football news.
I do.
93.9 The Bill.
And we get Pierce Clarkson as we go off the air.
Like, of course.
Of course.
I just think their IQ is it's not.
Do you know how hard it is for us not to just get on here and go, guys, it's these players just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, like
Yeah.
we try not to just kill the kids,
I'm
you know,
so-
but it's like they're terrible, guys.
I'm so glad I'm hearing the same thing. 'Cause I'm like, I'm at home. I'm like, they ain't got it. They don't.
God.
Hey, Jack, the callers weren't coming through. Oh, he's on.
Pierce letter.
He's not going to South Texas, but doesn't he has to stop us? So essentially, he has to stop us. I'll be honest, if he goes
It said the YouTube sound wasn't coming through.
yeah, okay, it's cool. It's not. Let's go get some guys. Because I mean,
Uber Andre dropped. Ben's still on 2. The caller just said that on the YouTube that the calls aren't popping up.
I think it's you gotta turn up a volume in there on something in particular. Because Nikki's had to do do that before.
All right, I'll text Nick and ask him.
Yeah, I don't know which one it is. God, I can't believe how bad my basketball is right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's breaking.
They need you and Reese back out there. Oh my God.
So what you take off today? Just
I'm actually off today.
okay. Okay, so it worked out good.
Yeah, I'm actually off today.
Mm-hmm. Where you work at?
I work for OPC.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like a pest company. I do their cost. I'm a call rep.
Okay. Yeah, these are OPC Pest Studios. That's our. They sponsor us up here.
So yeah, I like it, but I mean, I want to actually use my degree a little more and like with the sports broadcasting stuff. So that's why rather than like I want to start my own podcast eventually.
What do you like? How often do you like really think about like messing with it?
And every day I go to work, I'm like, oh.
And the reason I say that is because I thought about it all the time, right? And it didn't start happening for me until I just sat down, put my phone on me, and hit record, and started going. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, like the hardest part is getting started.
Did you start off like with the app, like a certain app off your phone?
And I started. It's a little thing called blogtalkradio.com.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I just recorded myself, and it's free too, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like I think they have something you can pay for about $10. But yeah, the most important thing is just start hitting record. It's just talk, get comfortable just talking.
I mean, just like with the calls and stuff, it's like it's like I'm like a robot kind of. Like his more free, relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can really talk about something I know about versus going off the script.
Mm-hmm.
It's just way more relaxing. Like I grew up around the game, so I love it. Like I
Yeah.
watch NBA almost every day, college every day. Like
And you got to think of something that will separate you from everybody else too, because in the barbershop, everybody says they know more than everybody.
Right.
Yeah, so you have to find something that you feel like would draw people to to your opinion a little more. Like it's just some stuff to think about.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Yeah. I just really want to like start this podcast and like maybe if it's just like on a Sunday or like before the games or something, I can talk about preview the game or just give my thoughts and that type of.
Yeah, you should either like write down notes or write it in your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Come up with a time during your week where I'm gonna put aside this 90 minutes.
Just to do.
Yeah, just nice. It's fine. It's fine. A 90-minute window. And if you just do it by yourself, get it off your chest. Maybe find out you don't like it as much as you think you do.
Because a lot of times I'm looking at the game. I'm like, I wonder if people are thinking the same thing I'm thinking right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll call my dad or something he'll kind of understand where I'm coming from as far as as far as, for example, L last night, I was like, why is he walking the ball forward?
Right.
Why is he, I'm like.
Yeah, that drove everybody
I'm
crazy.
like, what is going on? Like.
Actually, Kenny Payne was saying the same thing.
Yeah, I heard the commentator say Kenny Payne is urging him to go. I just don't know.
I know.
And I'm good with remember what player played for who and what. I'm good at that.
So you got good history.
Yeah.
Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maven. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. Let me take a second to give a special shout out, a special thanks to one of our newest team members, Kentuckiana Pump Sales. For every home, building, business, or municipality, it relies on the pumps they provide. The moment you need a water or sewage pump, you should think Kentuckiana Pump Sales. They're like the first responders or essential personnel. 35 years of experience, best service, fairest possible price, and it's right in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Just go over there, ask to speak to Harold or Mark. They'll find out exactly what you need. Utility, sump, affluent, grinder, sewage pumps, anyone you need. 3303 Industrial Parkway, or you can give them a call, 812-725-9217, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
I was trying to let you finish that time instead of just totally interrupting you. I don't know. I wasn't listening to you, and when you paused big, I was like, "Oh, you must be done. Let me get back to football." Real quick before
They'll understand.
Yeah, it's like I was like, I'm so sorry.
The Kentuckiana. Shut up, Marcus.
I know.
Oh no, yeah, you're the best. Move on.
It's like, and we will get some football. We got some news as we went to break. But NBA fans, DraftKings Sportsbooks, my go-to betting on the NBA this holiday season. You same game parlays, fast payouts, player prop options, all that good stuff. Right now, DraftKings Sportsbooks giving Indiana Pacers fans a special gift. For a limited time, you can get a no-sweat bet on every Pacers game this December. It's pretty good. Check this out. This month, everyone can earn a no-sweat bet with DraftKings Sportsbook. What is that now? Now let me tell you what to do. Head to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in under the promos tab, place an eligible bet of your choice on a Pacers game. If it doesn't hit, you get your money back in a free bet. So there's really no, get it, no sweat because it doesn't matter. You're not going to lose anything. With payouts bigger than ever, DraftKings Sportsbook's where I go to bet on the NBA. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. new customers can sign up with a promo code WLCL to get that no sweat bet on every Pacers game this December. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in today, receive this limited time offer only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the Indiana Pacers. Must be 21 or older, Indiana only. Max reward limits apply. One free bet issued on amount of initial losing bet. Eligibility restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Jack, have you ever thought about going into like voiceover, making any money doing that?
What? Yeah.
Listen, Steve.
Okay.
Well, you know those little TikTok videos about how to make side money?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where they ask you to read something. You don't think somebody would want to listen to Jack read a children's book
Like an OnlyFans,
for your voice?
but for your voice.
Yes.
Actually,
You don't think
that
it's-
might be true?
You don't
Now that
think
when he said that,
Yes.
I might be like, yeah.
there's plenty of people who want to do audiobooks or want to
Yeah.
convert their children's books to audiobooks.
I might be in with you.
Jack's voice can make money doing that,
Mm-hmm. That's true.
and they pay for it.
That is true. Do you know there's people that buy nurses like sweaty shoes? Like it's like a
Well, now why'd you have to go make it weird? Why'd you have
Yeah.
to go make it weird? I'm trying to get Jack paid.
well, because I got a nurse wife. I was like, why don't you sell your shoes?
Are you telling she got sweaty feet?
Well, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say, Pierce Clarkson's locked in. Pierce Clarkson locked in. Yeah, I had to get to that, man. We got Pierce Clarkson locked in.
You don't keep letting Jack.
I know. I
do
need
this
to start telling Jax. I like the sound. So Pierce Clarkson, the centerpiece of the 2023 class,
Fly, Bill, fly.
is in. He is officially a Louisville Cardinal. So no more sweat on that.
Ben, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
What up, man? Mm-hmm. It's okay. Mike, Ben, to your point, Mike James' shot looks really bad all of a sudden.
All of a sudden,
Yeah. Like, I mean,
He's
it's either
rushing.
really
He's rushing it.
short
He's
or it's
rushing.
really, or it's way too hard.
He's rushing it.
Yeah, it looks awful.
Put it this way, it looks different from what it did look earlier. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
He must be, he lifted too many weights or something. Huh? And I appreciate that. Does he hate Fabio?
I don't know. I mean, I will say, Fabio, like, I do need you to help me out though. Like, the two shots, like, you went to the rim, and like, I will credit you for going to the rim because not everybody goes to the rim. But like, when you got to the rim, you didn't make the best decisions. Like, you ended up kind of fading away, shooting with the same hand on the same side, just like, which whatever you're comfortable. At this point, I'm like, well, I don't think any of y'all really gonna be here next year, so I'm just like, whatever you're comfortable with, that's fine. But yeah, I need some help, Fabio. You know, like help me out a little bit. But he doesn't even play.
You gotta play him more, right?
Just help me out.
Who else we got up, Jack? Uber Andre, fire away.
Yes.
You as well, Uber Andre.
I did like, to his point, I did like Kenny Payne's comment with Bob yesterday when he was kind of like, I'm walking through and like even after we're beating Florida A&M and stuff, he's like, I'm dapping these kids up from the other team, and he said, I can tell they feel like they should have beat us. He's like, and I don't like that. Like that should be a problem. It should be a problem for my team. Like they should be like, why do y'all think you should have won this game?
His comments are exactly why I never wanted to coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I would forfeit the season. I would send everybody out in December. So we're gonna wait. I'm not losing my job because I mean, y'all.
Yeah, like I said, I couldn't imagine sitting down with a player and just showing him himself on film. And just like you said, like you realize those people out there want me to fix that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I know basketball players fall. You fell 3 times on 3 plays, Jalen.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you really want to say, like, son, I love you. You fell 3 times.
You've heard me on my phone.
On 3 plays.
Elijah. Xavier don't fall like that, thank God. But you heard me back when Elijah was a kid. You know, be like, yeah, man. Then what are you doing on the ground? Get up!
Yeah.
I'm just screaming at my son. I'm like, you are walking to the kitchen, man. Why are you like get up, dude? It's like, you know, and he kind of giggled. It's like, it's not funny, man. You're trying to play sports and you can't walk to the kitchen, dude.
Like, if every bit of contact is gonna put you on the ground, how do I coach you?
Mm-hmm.
How do I coach you? And then here's the thing. And again, I can do this. The reason I preface today's show with, listen, if you're mad at the kids, I can I can change it around to the coach. If you're mad at the coach, I can change that around to the kid on every single thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, son, how do I coach you if you fall that easy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's when Kenny Payne says, okay, what in your brain makes you so comfortable? Like what says I don't need to stay up on my feet?
Right.
Like, I don't think you're a selfish kid, okay? and I'm talking to Jalen. in
Yeah.
particular.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't think you're a selfish kid. I think you're a good person. But you realize every single time you fall on the ground,
Mhm.
where our team is playing against 5 people, and they're not falling like you fall.
Yeah.
If we watch a game, let's say out of 10 games, let's just say you fell on the ground more than every other player. Right? Like, could you imagine that?
That's a funny thing.
Could you imagine
I
having
know.
that conversation?
Yeah.
Like, hey, Jalen, like you fall, and we're we're 1 man short. And just like I said, I could snapshot that and say, Jalen, look at the way your arms are out to your side, looking at the referee complaining about not getting a foul.
Texter made a good point. He said Nolan went right to Jalen after that and started and just kind of motioning like jump stop.
Like your balance.
Marcus, I know I keep going back to this, but I mean, Drew told the other story this morning. I mean, Drew told a story. He said, dude, Kenny Payne said, come and set the offense at the free throw line. They went and set the offense right over in between the free throw line and the 3-point line. He said, Kenny Payne literally said, and being in practice, this makes sense. Kenny Payne turned around and looked at some of the people and was like, I know I said free throw line. I know I just said free throw line. Like, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
I know I just told y'all to set that at the free throw line. And you literally, 2 seconds later, did not do that. I don't know what Kenny Payne does other than just say, get everybody, just go home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what do you do? What do you do? Just everybody go home. Go home. Get out of here. We'll see. I mean, we'll see it. Because, I mean, who can we go to?
Like, again,
that's why I say I'm convinced Kenny Payne, I mean, I know everybody's mad at Kenny Payne right now, and I understand that. I don't think, I mean, after talking with people, so I just don't think his job's not on the line this year. It's just not. I know it'll make a lot of people happy, but it's just that's how it is. But here's the thing. Over the summer, this roster's got to be completely different, man. Because it will be next year. It will be next year. Like, I understand. I understand. Because I get it, man. Okay, if I'm Kenny Payne, I said, okay, if I put this guy on the bench, I put this guy and this guy on.
And
I don't know anything either.
And I'm still challenging the simple thing like, hey, you pump fake somebody and you avoided contact. You're a 21-year-old basketball player. You're a 21-year-old basketball player.
Yeah.
I got here 7 months ago, right?
Yeah.
I'm just now realizing that you're gonna avoid contact no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, what do I do? How do I change that?
I mean, people have nightmares about not being able to stand up. Like when you're crawling on the ground.
in
like
dreams. Yeah.
And it's like, why am I on the ground? You know, you're like, I'm trying to run away.
Right.
You know, your army crawling. So why do you want to be on the ground so much in a basketball game with a bunch of velociraptors running around?
Let people knock you down.
And you're just laying down.
Metaphorically.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Most of the time. It doesn't make sense, man. I mean, we cut that game to 4 yesterday. We come down, we jack up a 3, miss it, come back, go. Jalen Withers goes to the rim, misses everything at the rim. It's like, we didn't get one good shot. Yep. I know which possession Jack's talking about. We come down. The one, Sydney got caught on a guard and just fouled, whatever.
Yeah, it is.
But then we come back. We play defense for about 10 seconds. Mike James fouls the guy up top. Then that's their 6th foul. They throw it in. Play defense for another 5 seconds or so. There's 4 seconds on the clock. I'll be dang if we don't foul again. Get them in the bonus. It's like, what are you guys doing?
coach told you to do that?
I mean, the bench isn't even a motivator now. Like I said, I mean, I keep saying it, and it sounds funny, but it's like home is the next place. I don't know where to send y'all. Send you to the bench. Maybe you should just go home for a couple days. I don't know, a couple weeks.
Who we got online? I don't know. Jack text us, but
No, he's on there. Look, if Jack's on there, I trust him. Somewhere Nick just threw a chair. Like, if Jack's on the phone, I trust he's on the phone for a reason.
who got Jack? Plumber
Jack,
Chuck,
yeah.
fire away, my man. Same to you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Uh-oh.
Yeah, hey, you have a great holiday too. But I'm not a head coach. I'd cut the whole team. I don't.
Seriously, Chuck, I would go into that practice and we would do layup lines.
No, you would do what Kenny Payne's doing. Did you hear what Bob said? Oh, on that same comment earlier when Bob said, they need to. He said, I feel like your offense is or your defense is predicated on the guards and getting up into people. He's like, but they don't do it. He's like, and Kenny Payne goes, Bob, we work on that every single day. I mean, he wasn't mad at Bob. He was saying, like, you're 100% right, Bob.
No, this is
Every single day. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Like,
listen. I promise you, today, the moment we had practice, I would get into full layup lines, and I'm talking about generic grade school layup lines.
like start out at the line. Those lines aren't even on the court anymore.
Listen, from the lines, you know what we're gonna do? Left hand layup, right hand layup, left hand layup, right hand layup. And listen, and Steve, next one we're gonna do jump stops. We're gonna dribble. You know how when you jump stop on the block?
We did it.
We're gonna jump stop and use the backboard, right? And the first person that tries to go in there and dunk or something and not do what we're supposed to do or throw a floater, get off my court.
Yeah,
you're the problem. Get out of here. I'd send 3 guys to the locker room.
Yeah,
I'd see who wants to follow simple instructions that are costing us winning and losing.
Yeah,
right. Listen, I would dribble. Look, I would do the drill where you dribble to the free throw, reverse spin dribble, go shoot a left hand layup.
Yeah,
we would do that kind of drill work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll have, like I said, when it advances to the dunks, okay, I'd call out my players. I'd say, Mike, Sydney, Kamari, Jalen, all my guys who I know can dunk easily. I wouldn't put wouldn't put L. Ellis in that one, because being a guard. But anybody that's 6'5" or above, you dunk the basketball. Dunk the basketball.
Yeah.
You either
JJ Trainer's the only guy on the team dunks right now.
Yeah, use the glass or dunk the basketball.
Actually, let me tip my cap to JJ real quick. I thought JJ's playing hard. He's playing hard. He's going up after. And he doesn't do everything right, but I do. You know what, JJ? You can say.
Jay, you just graded JJ Cliff.
JJ, mom's JJ can play next year.
But you understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I'm just going back to just the basic. If y'all can't follow these simple directions, then you can't play here.
Okay, but what do you do when 5 of them start shooting left-hand layups
on the right-hand side?
Yeah. It's just then you bring in Steve. You go home. Go. I don't want to see you.
Nice. Go to the projects. Hey man, how much you got? You got some eligibility?
Yeah. You want to play?
Who we got up next, Jack? Nate, fire away, my man.
Yeah, well, I probably did. I don't know. I got 107 things up right now. Okay, let me see. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. No, listen, I appreciate it. Look,
Let's go.
Chris Mack. This is the Bisons at the Cardinals. It's Chris. They're like, you know what? Chris Mack, you gonna wear this season?
Yeah.
Twitter. That's Twitter saying, you know what? You gonna your players. You feel what this?
Who do we have up next? Hold on, wait, Jack. And look, he told me. Okay. Carrie, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away. Good morning. Mhm. Carrie, okay. Sorry.
All right.
Appreciate the call.
Appreciate it.
Steve, you can answer. How many signees?
Well, I mean, up until now, we're still waiting on Aaron Williams, DeAndre Moore, Stanquan Clark, Jamari Johnson, Jaleel McClain. There are a couple other names out there. The Gilbert kid would be a flip for Purdue. He's a 4-star defensive lineman. Edwin Joseph's still out there. He's a Florida kid, athlete. Dalen Austin's out there. So there's a few things there, but other than that, I mean, everybody's
Like they're still going,
coming in.
going,
Yeah.
going.
Now is about the time of the day. I know somebody's asked us. There's been a couple texts that asked us to stay on and do do the 12 o'clock hour because the Bosco
kids.
So yeah, I'm like,
Is Jack gonna do inside the program?
we don't, but we pay for $30. What? Yeah. Thank you. No, that's cool. I just want to make sure. I'm glad you have enough self-awareness to claim market though.
What?
He was so he was so defeated. Did you hear him? He goes, that can't be no worse than Diener this morning. Cheer Diener.
No. What?
Oh man, it was awesome. He spelled out the word, and it was just hilarious.
On accident?
No, I think he did it on purpose. And then it was like, I was listening on the radio, and I'm like, yeah, I guess that's how you spell.
William, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Mm.
Listen,
Appreciate it.
All good points are being made. I don't listen, Steve. I'll be honest with you. I don't care today. Listen. I don't know why they're not playing physical. Right? I've seen them play physical against some teams. That's why I'm upset today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm upset with the patterns. Right? I'm upset, Steve, with the you don't start playing hard till you get down 14 points. Right?
Yeah.
Because the pressure's off now.
Yeah.
Now everybody shoots. And again, this is not just this year. I've told everybody who's listened to me year after year, I said the easiest 3-pointer to hit is when you're down 14.
Sure.
It's this is why Duke came back against it. It's the easiest shot to make, right? But that does say something about your toughness for us to see this pattern over and over again. And the only time you bring a different level of intensity is when there's an opportunity for you to have a good game against Jamarion Sharp and get on the highlights, or have a good game against Duke and get to the league, or have a good game against North Carolina and get to the league. We've seen that out of this team last year, and it's like a residual attitude. It's still, because listen, how many times last year did we say, why don't you play like that against the Wake Forest? Or why don't you play the way you played against Carolina and Duke? Why don't you play like that against a team, a no-name team?
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't.
Yeah.
And that is a thing. Again, I said the point I was making earlier is if I had not seen this attitude before, now, yes, I thought Kenny Payne would have that attitude fixed a lot better. Like, this is just my personal, I know Kenny Payne has the basketball IQ to see what's going on.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that makes me comfortable with any coaches that, I see they see. Okay. How somebody fixes it is each individual coach's way they go about the business.
Sure.
And yes, I thought you would have Jalen Withers being tougher around the basket. I just can't believe it. But again, it's like, how do you teach your kid to be tough? I did something terrible, Steve. And callers, please bear with me for a second. Steve, in the middle of me being angry, I asked somebody, if your kid was getting bullied, how would you handle making them tougher?
Mm-hmm.
This is the worst question I ever asked you. I didn't get the answer I was looking for. Okay. I got the exact opposite answer that I was looking for. You know what I heard? Listen, if they're getting bullied, I wouldn't worry about making them tougher. I'd go talk to the school, talk to the principal, okay, talk to the teachers,
yes,
talk to the parents of the other kids. Never mind.
Set up a dinner
Yeah.
with the other person's family to see if we could talk about why
I mean,
there was bullying going on.
I was 7 layers deep before I said, okay, you got to get tougher though, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How does Kenny Payne get them tougher?
Calls their parents. Talks with them. And
for people who are offended, I didn't mean to be so toxic about the the need to be tough on the basketball court?
I don't know. I got beat up in 3rd grade by a 4th grader, and my papa all laughed at me and was like, "Oh, I guess she's gonna come in here and cry." Like, no. So I picked up a little baseball bat. Went out.
Why? That's cheating.
Well, you know what?
He should have beat your behind.
Yeah,
doing
well, he
that.
didn't. And then you know what happened?
You cheated, Steve.
He beat me up first, and then I beat him up worse.
But his was mutual
It
combat.
was. No, it was. It was fair. Mom was not. So his mom came and talked to my parents.
To make it.
And I was like, yeah, look, and that's why you got beat up. Same thing.
Y'all see why I get on Steve for it.
It wasn't like a bat. It was a little slugger. Anyway,
Steve, that doesn't make it any better. That means you have more
right there on
effectiveness.
Hensley Road, Shepherdsville, Kentucky. Yeah, well, that's why I get a little edgy when you start swinging that big slugger around back there, Jack. Jack takes full blown practice swinging with a
Listen,
full blown Louisville slugger back
people,
there.
hey, people, what Steve is saying, listen. We had an incident, Steve.
And it said, "Don't fight fair, fight to win." Thank you, Mark. Thank you.
We had a problem.
Mike Evans.
We had a problem, Steve. And I'm telling y'all, I saw Jack swing that bat, and I got away from him.
It was horrifying.
You remember when I got away from him? Because I'm like, dude, you should not be swinging that bat in here like that. And then what did Jack do? He came right around the corner.
Hit something.
And yep. It was just a couple weeks ago. People, I'm telling you, I saw it coming 3 minutes before he did it. I said, listen, you just the way you're holding on to that bat is an unsafe posture, and just something bad's gonna happen. Let me get away from you.
Just hit something. Oh, we got one more on the line. Let's go and get that.
Darren, fire away, my man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't play around here. Appreciate it.
Yeah, same to you, Darren.
Well, Darren, I'll say this. I agree with you. I mean, to an extent, he's got some stuff he's going to have to prove to the fan base. I mean, yeah, I don't think like that's unfair to say like, hey man, if I'm a fan, even if it is, okay, let's say it is just totally the players, just totally 100% the players. Okay, but still, even if that's the case, from the outside, I'm just not seeing them necessarily getting better. So yeah, I mean, I need some proof here. If you do get a new class, I mean, you're going to have to understand why maybe there's going to be some people skeptical, even if you do get a really good roster going into next season. Yeah, we got two dudes. I mean, we got the best player in the state of Kentucky and the best player in the state of Michigan. I mean, you know, like that's not terrible. Yeah.
You said JJ Trainer can stay because he's better?
Yeah. JJ got better. Yeah. Curtis Williams. Yeah, and then Caleb Glenn, which Caleb Glenn, I call him the best player in state. I don't know, him and Brad Shepard, but he's in Indiana now, you know. I understand. But yeah, no.
Listen, I agree.
We might be able to.
Appreciate the call. Listen, here's the thing. When we're hitting shots and you see that ball swinging around, you're like, oh, that looks like a good team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That
Sure.
looks like a good team. When they go in there and they're not playing physical, it's like the extremes are wild. You know,
I know.
Yeah.
And again, I understand what you're saying. So I do think there are some guys that's gotten better. I'm just saying, as a whole, from the fan base, you look and you say, I understand why, even if he goes and loads up a roster, people are going to go, well, let's
I
see.
still want to see
Jack, can I get my music?
and his reputation for
Yeah, I expect it to be and stuff. Yeah, sure. We have a new transfer in wide receiver, Jimmy Callaway from the University of Tennessee. He was a 4-star player coming out. There's a little video. He was a 4-star player coming out of high school in 2021. He'll have 3 years remaining to play. So Jimmy Callaway, University of Tennessee, is now a coach. It's 2 wide receivers today. Beefing up that room a little bit.
transfers.
Yeah.
So you think
Yeah. From Tennessee, baby.
he saw our roster? Oh, are we gonna take a quick commercial break and
He
play out
left
of
high
here?
point.
Let's take a quick commercial break. 93 51.
Just take it to the top. It's whatever's easier for you. Yeah.
Yeah, hit it at 51.
Okay, cool. Has Isaiah Miranda been playing?
Steve, as if we didn't have enough issues.
Well, we got another big issue. Might smack us in the face tomorrow. So that might break me. That might break me. If Miranda plays, I don't know if he's shading sharpen him, which he might be, because I mean, NC State wasn't even in his top
Is
8.
NC State a big enough name to get our attention, Steve? Because Lipscomb obviously wasn't.
If they ever say something like that again,
Wait, stop from the beginning. Maybe explain to people
if
what I'm
they
talking about.
ever, if I ever hear he hasn't played yet. Oh, he has played. No, he hasn't. Okay, sure. Okay, so he might be shading sharpen. I mean, which is possible. It might be why he went to NC State. They went against top 8 2 weeks ago. So I don't know. Or he'll play tomorrow.
Dominate.
Beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's like, oh, that's awesome. Glad we didn't have that. Oh, hey, hell, we got some news really quick. I need to go to this. We got some news. To me, this is a really, really big one. It's a really, really big one. Stanquan Clark is going to stay
I knew you were
with Louisvile. He's staying with Louisville. That's a really, really big one, man. That's a really, really big one.
Cincinnati.
Instead of going to Miami, Cincinnati. I told you at the beginning of the day, if we lose guys in Cincinnati, that was for the best. If you would rather play for Satterfield over Brum,
Listen,
you should probably do that.
Is that the Nick Saban? If you're even considering,
Yeah, if you're considering Kentucky, you probably remember that Jack, that recruit. Yeah, I was saying, that one recruit was like, he said he talked to the Alabama coach, and the Alabama coach was like, if you're really considering Kentucky, you're probably not an Alabama guy. Okay. But
so
Stanquan Clark, that's a big one.
That's that works. Okay, if they ever say that again.
If I ever, with this fan base, if I ever hear even something that remotely just sounds
Utterance.
like you might have not taken the team seriously for this season right here, I'm not really sure what I'll do, but it can just not happen. And I know there was a context conversation with that and all that stuff. I don't really care. I don't really care. I don't care if he had a 3 paragraphs of context. I don't want to hear y'all won 2 games and decided not to take Lipscomb seriously. Y'all are 2-10. I've got bullet holes in me from message boards, from text lines, from call-in lines, from post-game shows that I'm not even on. Like not either of them callers. Like I've been taking all these. If I hear, I'm trying to stick with you guys. If I ever hear one more time, well, we might have had some casual times.
Practice.
Yeah. I will turn heel on. I'll turn heel on. Because like I said, all that stuff don't bother me. It doesn't bother me if somebody on the message board gets mad that I'm being positive about the team, somebody in the text line. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, I do not care. Because you know what? If they fire Kenny Payne, I'll be right here from 10 to noon supporting the next guy. And you'll probably be mad I'm too positive about that guy. And that don't bother me. But what does bother me is I need y'all to I need some help here, okay? Help me help you.
And that's not.
Yeah.
That's not
Okay, and you getting up there saying we might have not taken, well, we won 2 games and we might have, because let me be clear, you didn't look that good against Florida A&M, all right? So let's not rewrite that. Like, you weren't out there necessarily setting the world on fire against Florida A&M. So I don't want to hear you won 2 games and then decided to, get a little casual and shoot around.
feeling,
Yeah.
you feeling yourself?
Yeah, so let's never do that again. Thank you. That's really all I got on that. But still, yeah, I don't really have anything to add to that. Beyond that, let's just never do that again.
I cannot believe.
I've had people call me stupid, a homer, an idiot, gross, everything under the sun for taking up for this
We
team.
got out rebounded 48 to like 22, Steve.
You're right. Thank you for throwing that cherry on top
How
of
do
the
you get out rebounded
poop Sunday.
48 to 22?
Yeah, I know.
And
Wasn't exactly a ton of athletes
Yeah.
running around out there for Lipscomb either.
Listen, Steve.
Yeah.
I gave that pause to
I
see
know.
if you wanted to jump on
Yeah.
that grenade.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, dude, the one dude was 75 and did not have a vertical. I don't think he recorded a vertical. He's just getting boards. He's old man doing it. He just slapped the ball. 40 to 26. Thanks, Jack. That's better. The one play he just
All I cared about
Massage
is
it
the
or
4 and
whatever.
the 2.
he literally one time he did the old man thing. The ball was up in the air and he just slapped it. Standing flat footed, just slapped it. I know, yeah. Somebody's like, we used to play with a guy named Ronnie Moore in Shepherdsville. And he would get us all out there at that court at Roby. He was an older guy, and we'd be playing. And this dude, if we were playing good D, you know what he would do? He'd turn around, he'd throw the ball off the backboard, and he would just grab it over top of us, and then do it again if he needed to. It didn't matter. Like he could never lose his dribble because it didn't matter. He'd just throw it up and then go grab it again, and then he's got it back, and you're like, bro, wait, he's 50 years old out here just working us, man. We're all in high school. We're like, what the heck? But it was like he just knew what to do. That's what that guy did to them yesterday. And we're one of the tallest teams. Imagine if we were short. But I am happy about Stanquan Clark. That was a big keep. Big keep. Good stuff, man.
I never doubted for a second, Steve.
Let's keep it rolling. So far, we're coming up on that 12 o'clock hour. We're coming up. We've already heard Pierce. We're now just waiting. Jaleel McClain, Aaron Williams. Sounds like there's no.
You don't get DeAndre Moore, Steve.
It's over.
It's a failed recruit.
It's over.
class.
Whole team's done.
If you don't get DeAndre Moore, you already lost Reuben Owens.
The people are like, if we're not going to stay on, we want Ennis to come in right now. So what the text says, like that. They need 93.9 today, man. We should.
Pops is coming.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Pops. Give us good. We need good energy, baby.
Got to protect him from the county.
So you lost Maven and Rummage, you got problems. I know.
That's a
I mean, you got a claw. We're leeches for U of L.